Good evening. I'm back again because, like an idiot, I did not hit record. That is a great year, great way to start off 2025. So, my first video of the year will be something that's near and dear to my heart for a company that I loved from my childhood into my adulthood and passing that same love on to my kids. My kids love this company and pretty much everything that they put out. And that company would be Nintendo. Now, we all know in North America that Nintendo saved the video game industry. Because Atari at the time was just putting out trash after trash after trash. You didn't have to have a license to produce for that console. And people were just putting out shovelware left and right. Now, here comes the savior of the video game industry. This little known company from Japan called Nintendo comes to America. And then, they change everything. They introduce Mario. I remember the first time that I seen the NES was from my best friend, and he had Super Mario Brothers. And I remember looking at this game like, oh my God, that is amazing. You actually have levels. You're going from left to right. You're actually accomplishing stuff. And who would have known that that game would have changed everything in the landscape of video gaming. Excuse me. Now, Nintendo as a company has done a lot of underhanded business practices from the licensing, because it used to be you only could produce a couple games a year under that company. So what a lot of developers did, they went out and started another company so they can produce more games. And I'm looking like Konami and Ultra, things like that. Now, one thing that's in the modern era, what Nintendo is doing is that anytime somebody comes out with a fan-made project, they shut it down.
Oh
If somebody makes an emulator that remotely emulates their equipment, they shut it down. And you know what? I can understand that. Especially the Switch emulators. Much as I don't like to say this, I can understand why they want to shut it down because that's their current systems. But like the GameCube, they don't produce that anymore. Wii, they don't produce that anymore. And there's no reason to shut them down other than to protect your IPs. Now, when somebody makes something, like Sega, for example, Sega's one of my other favorite companies. Somebody makes a fan-made Sonic game. Sega doesn't shut them down. They actually celebrate it. And they put it out there. They might hide the other people's name who made it, but at least they acknowledge it and, they try to incorporate it themselves. But not Nintendo. Nintendo will shut you down. Nintendo will fine you. Nintendo will sue you. Nintendo will take everything that you own. And they do it heavy-handedly. I mean, I was starting for the long time I didn't make my channel for the longest time playing video games because, here we go again. I love Nintendo games, and they will shut you down, give you copyright strikes. You had to join the Nintendo Partnership Program to actually produce Nintendo games on YouTube. Well, that didn't last long. They got rid of it. I don't know the particulars of how and why that happened, but thank God that they did do it. But, here we are. This is a company that I introduced my children to. My oldest daughter is a big Nintendo head. My youngest daughter, she loves Mario. She loves Princess Peach. And I don't know if I can any longer support a company that actively hates its fan base. Let's just be honest. Nintendo is the Disney of video games. They are. There's no doubt about it. They have a bunch of lovable characters. For Christ's sakes, you have Universal Studios with Nintendo theme there now. So they're there. But for some reason, this is the same company who makes Mario, who makes a Zelda, But when you want to go purchase an older version of that game, unless you buy through them, and most of the time they don't sell it, you're just asked out. So what do you do to fix this? What do you do to combat it? Because I'm a prime example of, you know what though? I don't condone piracy, but piracy is a service issue. If you don't want to place your games out to sell, somebody will do it for you. You know, I can say this out to a company who would never, in the sea of voices, never pay me any mind. But the people are starting to wake up to what you're doing. And I really think that you should change your business practices up. Going after people who loves your product heavy-handedly, I think that's a no-go. And I get it. No company has loyalty to you. But in that same sense, though, the inverse of that is also true. You should have no loyalty to any of these companies. So, that being said, welcome to 2025. I have a lot of new things in store for the channel here. And as always, Jones out. Have a great year. Thank you.